core muscles properly and give you a good warm-up for your pole workout. And also introduce some strength training that you can do on your alternate days to your classes. Make sure that if you have a very intense workout, you need at least 1 day of rest in between pole workouts. And if you're at an advanced level, you may even need 2 days between workouts if you're starting to work on moves that require full body strength and full body lifts. Usually what I find is missing from workouts and warm-ups with pole is learning to engage the core and articulate the spine so that it becomes natural to do when you're on the pole. It's best to start on the floor. And I'm going to use Pilates, mostly Pilates and yoga concepts for my warm-up today with you. So we're going to start with a simple abdominal curl. It's a reverse curl. And you're going to bend your knees and squeeze the pole with your knees, just right at your thigh. This is important because this is how we're holding ourselves on the pole when we're climbing or when we're doing strength holds on the pole, when we're sitting on the pole. So squeeze those knees and ankles together, reach your arms. If you're tight in the hips, not to worry about it. We're going to roll backwards. So straighten out your knees a little bit more as you roll. Pull your navel in and think about pulling your pubic bone towards your chin. So your back is going to end up in a C position. This is what to avoid. It shouldn't look like that. We're not leaning. We're rolling down. Half roll and reach. Bring your forehead to the pole. Pull back, exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, roll. Now I'm only going to do about 5 repetitions of each of these exercises, and you can definitely do up to 15 if this is going to be part of your conditioning workout or just a standalone abdominal and back workout. After 5, I'm going to start to reach up high, stretch, and then roll back. Inhale up, stretch, and roll back. I'm keeping the shoulders down as I roll down. And one more time like that. I'm going to grab the pole with one hand. I'm going to reach the other arm behind, roll back first, and then stretch. That feels so good. Breathe. Roll, sweep the arm and stretch. Inhale. Exhale, roll, sweep the arm and stretch. Tuck that tail. Really try to curl your bum under. Now for fun, I'm going to stay here. Let go. Squeeze really hard with those knees and roll back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. My thumbs are up to keep my shoulders in a good position. Roll. Let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I bet you want to break. So let's roll all the way down. But guess what? You're going to roll all the way up and reach. Squeeze the pole. Roll all the way down. All the way up and reach. 3 more. And up and reach. 2 more. Up and reach. And 1 more. Now for a challenge. Be patient with this one, as most people's hip flexors are generally very weak when they first start at any kind of dance or pole fitness program. There's a lot of moves that require us to hold our legs up in the air and pull. So I'm going to find a spot in my posture that allows me to get my legs up and squeeze that pole. Now I'm using my ankles for resistance. I'm squeezing my ankles together. And I'm going to try to keep those legs up. Holding the pole to a start, and then I'm going to start to roll back and reach up. Now the pole's right there. So if I need that break, I'm going to hold it here, but I'm still going to try to keep that seal with my legs. And up. Now if I do 5 that way, I'm surely going to do 5 with the other leg cross on top as well. Remember, we have a stronger side, and you need to do both sides to gain some balance. Reach it up and release. Next one, we're going to bend back the other way. So on this one, I'm simply going to turn over. The pole is going to be between my thighs. Starting with a simple and gentle back extension, we want to warm the back up gradually. Arms behind, legs are pressed in the floor. Legs are wide right now. Lift the chest and down. So now I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together, lengthen the body, and you have to connect. This is where you're going to start to learn how to connect your whole body and your core. So what that means, your legs are perfectly straight and strong, pointed toes. Squeeze the butt. Press the pubic bone into the floor. I want you to try to pull your belly button away from the floor, even though it feels impossible. Then, lengthen your body. Reach your arms as long as possible. Lift the arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Can you come higher? And then come on down. Now let's breathe. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. And exhale up. And inhale down. And exhale up. And you can slow these down as well and hold. Because in pull, as you know, there are a lot of isometric holds. So shake it up a little bit and use some different tempos and rhythms. From here, I'm going to move back. Cross the ankles, get a good seal. You really need to have your crotch in the bowl basically on this one. Squeeze the bum. Your legs are going to be lifted off of the floor this time. Arms behind. So now I'm lifting my legs and my arms and down. Exhale up, inhale down. And if I do 3 more, I'm going to change ankles. Squeeze. So this introduces you to the crossed ankle poses on the pole. Squeeze the inner thighs and try to squeeze the knees together. Takes some getting used to. And then come on down. I'm going to move forward a little bit here and go into a stretch. In yoga, it's sort of a cobra stretch. In Pilates, we call this the swan. Bring your hands right next to your face and in line with your shoulders. Lengthen your legs wide. Pull the chest up. Take a nice deep breath in here. Shoulders down and roll yourself down. If that felt very comfortable and not much of a stretch through the front, then move your hands back towards your shoulders a little bit. Try again. Roll the shoulders back, pulling the abdominals up. Just a stretch. Squeeze your bum as well. Now rolling down, we're going into the rocking pose or the bow pose. I'm going to reach 1. Now, if you can't reach your foot, it's okay. You can use a strap or a band to place around your foot and give it some time. Be patient with yourself. So there's 1 foot. I can do 1 foot at a time. Press the hips into the floor and feel the stretch in the front of the quadricep and the thigh. And other one. And once I get that heel pulled in a little bit, pressing the pubic bone into the floor. And if that's okay for you, then we'll go into the full pose. I'm going to engage the shoulder blades, roll them back, press the feet into the hands, and lift up toward the ceiling, your feet and your hands. Keep your abdominals engaged a little bit, and then come on down, turn the head all the way to one side. Breathe in, try to pull your heels in, press those hips down and come up again. Up, up, up you go. And you can hold the stretches for up to 20 or 30 seconds. But considering this is a warm-up, we're not really going to hold our stretches very long. That would be something that you want to do at the end of the workout after you're really warmed up. So now I'm going to come into a Sphinx pose, and I'm going to bring my left forearm underneath me a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and look to the right and find the pull. Grab it with the thumb up position. Reach as high as you like, but make sure your bottom hand is supporting you before you let go. My legs are apart. And that is a stretch, the Superwoman pose. Stretching the shoulder and the chest. And on the other side, right hand right underneath me. Reaching back left, thumb down. And let go if you can, that is an option. Then I might work my way into squeezing the ankles together and repeating that. And that's what the pose looks like up on the pole. So this is a beginner version of the pose on the floor. And other side. Noticing how different both sides feel. And then bring it down. When you're coming out of all of these back extension poses, it's really important to counter pose. So I'm going to bring myself forward a little bit. Press up carefully. Bring the knees underneath. Round the back. Good. And then inhale, looking up. And then round the back into cat stretch. Now the next two exercises are Pilates and yoga exercises. They're basically planks. And this is a great way to start warming up your muscles, your shoulders and your back before you start doing the exercises on the pole. So I'm going to start in hands and knees where I left off my cat pose. Very important that your hands are apart, shoulder distance only. Wide fingers, and you can turn those fingers out a little bit. Now, this is one of the most important concepts on the floor and on the pole. When you're doing handstands, when you're doing planks, when you're doing holds on the pole, you need your elbows to be unlocked. Locking out the elbows means that you are not engaging the muscles and you will injure the elbows and the wrists eventually. So we can practice that here. Unlock those elbows. I'm going to extend one leg behind, then the other leg behind. And at this stage, again, be patient. If you don't have the strength for this yet, you're going to drop to your knees and hold that position there. From here, moving on, I might hold that for about 5 seconds. Then I'm going to lift my right leg and down. Lift the left leg and down. This is what it looks like on the knees. So I'm still lifting my right leg back down to the knee. I'm keeping my chest directly over my hands and looking at the floor to keep a nice alignment. Moving on, after I've done about 6 of those, I'm going to lift my right leg, rock back a little, forward, and down. Left, rock, forward, down. Up, back, forward, down. Come on, keep it up. You can do it. This is what it looks like on the knees. Up, rock back, forward, down, up, rock back, forward, down, and let's give that a stretch. Reach the arms long and wide, and reach as long as you can. Breathe. Now I'm going to take it over to the other side. I'm going to do a transition into this exercise that you can work on. I'm going to start in my plank. I'm going to bring my left hand, it depends if you're right or left, you want to do it on both sides though. Take your left hand, turn it in. Fingers are pointing to my right hand. Then I'm going to pick up my right foot, roll over, push the hips up. It's a nice pose. Place that hand down, and I will land in a front plank, a back plank, and a front plank. From here, I can hold this position, check the wrists and the fingers and the alignment, and squeeze the bum. Now, pressing your right heel into the floor, lift the left, down. Try not to sink the hips. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. You might need a break for those. Now you can do these with bent knees. So I'm going to show the next part with 2 variations. After you've done that, and your strength has progressed, give it time, I'm going to do 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3, and change. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I bend the knees, that makes it easier. So there's a way that you can start to progress your strength. From here, definitely need to sort out your wrists. So we're going to start with gentle circles. You will find that you feel very warmed up now. And clasp the fingers. I'm also now going to warm up through the side, the lats, and the oblique muscles, and the back. So, coming to the back of the pole, remember that this is behind the pole, and this is in front of the pole. I'm going to lie down with my rib cage right at the pole. Bottom rib at the pole. Lengthen your legs, reach this hand high. Okay. Now, what I want to do is something I call an imprint. If you're a Pilates instructor or Pilates student, you'll know what that means. It's a scoop and hollow of the abdominals. Almost feels like you're doing a slight abdominal curl position with your ribs and your hips. So pulling that belly in, reaching high. I'm going to squeeze the legs together, lift the head, push down on the bottom arm a little bit, but pull on the pole. So now we're introducing our muscles to pulling our body weight up the pole a little bit. Lift the legs and down. Just doing a couple more of those. I'm going to try to start to lift my bottom arm as well. Your legs aren't going to get off the floor that far. Just think of lengthening. Now I'm going to grab both hands. At the bottom, my bottom arm is straight. My top arm is right on top. So I'm going to pull myself up, rotate to sit on my butt. This is a teaser position in Pilates. Squeeze the legs, grab the pole, come back down to the side. So it's pull, twist, reach, and down. Again, are you connected? Connect your whole body. Squeeze the legs, abdominals. Let's let go. Can you balance? Can you balance? And roll it down. Bring the knees in. And since this is the last exercise, I'm going to let you repeat that on the other side. Do 5 of each one. You can simply rewind the video if you want to. And next up will be strength training. Look out for that and enjoy your workout.